at this time to introduce the speaker today, Chairman Corey Stewart. He was re-elected Chairman at Large of the Prince William Board of County Supervisors in 2007. And Prince William, for those of you who know, is located 25 miles south of Washington, D.C., and it is the Commonwealth of Virginia's second most populated county in the Commonwealth, with a population of about 400,000 people. Under Chairman Stewart's leadership, the board has trimmed county spending by more than $140 million, which resulted in average tax bills being reduced to the lowest level in 4 years, averaging 35% below those in neighboring Fairfax County. The county was also upgraded to a AAA bond rating status, and CNN Money rated Prince William County the #1 job growth locality in Virginia, the #1 in the entire D.C. region, and 17th in the nation. Chairman Stewart has received national and regional recognition for other accomplishments, which include implementing the nation's toughest crackdown on illegal immigration, resulting in the deportation of over 3,000 criminal illegal aliens, reducing the violent crime 29.85% since he took office, leaving an overall crime at a 15-year low. So if you will, welcome Chairman Stewart.
Thanks, Rolf. That was a beautiful introduction. I couldn't have written it better myself. Well, thanks for having me down in Chesterfield, everyone. I love this part of the state. In fact, it was a few months ago, about a year ago, I actually asked the county planners to take a look at what you're doing right in Chesterfield with regard to some of the growth and development, and the area just looks good. It does. You got a lot of nice buffers, and it's looks like a very hospitable place to live. So it's always good to be down here. I was really concreted as a conservative when I was an exchange student in Poland in 1990. This is right after, just a couple months after the communist government fell in Poland, and one of the things that the students and the people there would say is that when the communists came to power after World War II, they told us that they would make us all equal. They would take care of everything. And they made us equal, all right, equally poor. And that was the truth. And so you're not going to find a more pro-American and conservative population than Poles today who remember those awful years where government controlled everything, government employed everyone, and government essentially was in charge of your destiny. I'm afraid that that is a road that we're going down here in America, and it's been because of the Tea Party movement in general that we're beginning to reverse course. One of the stories I remember when I was there, and it was true, you wait in lines for everything, and the remnants of the communist regime were still there. It took 10 years to purchase an automobile. So you'd go in and you would order your automobile. And so there's a story of a couple going to the car dealer and they said, well, you know, we'd like to order this particular type of automobile. And the dealer said, well, you can come back in 10 years from today and you can pick it up. The guy said, morning or evening? He goes, well, for goodness sakes, what does it matter? You know, it's 10 years from now. He goes, well, the plumber's coming in the evening. In 2007, Prince William County had a lot of problems associated with illegal immigration. And when I was first elected to the board, before I became chairman, we have county-wide elections for chairman of the board in Prince William County. But it was knocking on doors, and I remember a woman telling me, I asked, what's your #1 issue? Is it taxes? Is it growth? What's the problem that you're facing? And she said, I've got 25 guys living next door to me. And I said, well, you're exaggerating, right? And she said, no, I've counted. There are literally 25 men living in the house next door. And I didn't believe her. I've never heard of such a ridiculous thing. Well, after I got elected, and these complaints started coming up much more frequently. And it was true. Essentially what was happening is people were turning their homes into boarding homes for illegal immigrants who were working in the community. The other problems we started hearing too were problems with people parking on lawns, urinating in public. But the other thing we'd hear from was teachers. The teachers would say, you know, I will not say this publicly, but I have to say something to somebody. And that is that I love all my kids, but I've got a problem when half of my class speaks little to no English. It makes it very difficult for me to do my job. And as a result, the other students are suffering for it. Time went on, and we tell people, well, we're very sorry, this is a federal problem, there's nothing that a local government can do. And then in 2007, we had 7 murders committed, and 4 of them were committed by illegal aliens in our community. Finally, the citizens had had enough. They said, if our federal government won't do anything, if our state government won't do anything, then at least the local government, which should be the most responsive to the people, needs to try to do something. So in 2006, later in 2006, I worked with then Attorney General Bob McDonnell to implement the nation's first implementation of the 287G program in a large locality like Prince William County. It's 400,000 people. It's bigger than Tampa, Minneapolis, St. Louis, New Orleans, and it had never been tried in such a large locality. We implemented the program in July of 2007, and at that time we also changed the policy to mandate that police officers, not just in the jails, but police officers on the street, check immigration status. And ultimately the law that we came up with mandated that after every single arrest, regardless of which crime it is, we're going to check immigration status. Doesn't matter what a person looks like, doesn't matter what language they're speaking. If you've been arrested for any crime, shoplifting, drunk in public, etc., we're going to check your immigration status. Well, you would have thought that we had said something or done something really horribly wrong. It seemed like common sense to us, but nobody liked it. New York Times didn't like it, MSNBC didn't like it, and the Washington Post actually labeled me a third world despot. And I finally figured I finally made it.